let's take a look at what happened down at the Athlone Stadium, because that is where it finished 0-0. Orlando Pirates' first draw of the season, and it was on the back of the fact that Onyango is sent off first half for Stellies, and then Stellies, they defend and defend and defend.
Very resolute. I think just putting bodies behind the ball to make sure that they protect their goal mouth. But I think also from the first half, Pirates just were lacking in the final third. Just that final pass was, I think, the difference in today's game.
We saw Tito Masongani coming on, Ndondo coming on, and so much was attempted there from Orlando Pirates to try and get that goal in that second half. It just would not come, and the substance end there. Shandu also comes on to try and really force something out of this match.
Yeah, look, I think the subs that came on were more ball-playing players. And it means everyone wanted the ball to fit. And then you only have one reference in Mabasa. I'm of the view that if you add a second striker, you are now forcing Stellies to think, to then say, who then do they have to pull back to try and deal with the two center strikers? But now if you only have Mabasa as a striker and you bring in ball players, you make it easy for Stellies to control the space behind. Because if you have possession in front of them, you're not really hurting them. The idea is to get behind them, and which is what Stellies did exceptionally well, to deny them the space behind.
And the numbers don't lie, right, Amanda? Pirates today, 3 shots on target against the goalkeeper who isn't Stellies' regular goalkeeper, and maybe that's where it didn't happen today. The testing of Oscar Masuluki.
Yeah, but also I think I want to agree with Jimmy. Just the movements, the mobility that you're so used to seeing from Orlando Pirates was just non-existent today. It was, I think, Karele who was just a live wire, really trying to get those passes instead of trying to get penetrative passes, inside the box. And it was only just Umabasa. I couldn't at any point hold the ball and try and play it onto the oncoming midfielders.
To put it into more perspective, Stellies had 2 shots on target, and this was one of them in the second half. It comes here from Godswill, who's well out from where you would expect a shot to come from, but it's a quality shot, and it had Jane Warren.
Quality shot, I must say, and a good reflexes by Shane there. But it's those chances that were going to come far and in between for Stellies. For them to get into this game in terms of a lead or winning, it was going to take one of those audacious shots, and fortunate for Pirates, Shane dealt very well with the shot.
And Amanda, you look at that moment, and the young man there, Ngota, turning his back on the shot. He's still young. He's got to learn. He's got to put his body on the line there.
Yeah, just the presence of mind, but also the gap. I think there was just lots of space in between, and a good idea to actually take the shot, because it just takes a dip and almost just deceiving Chain.
So, this is what it looks like in terms of shots. 4 of them for Orlando Pirates, twice as many as Stellenbosch, but Stellenbosch weren't really, especially when it comes to that second half performance, they were all about grit, Jimmy. They were all about fighting harder, working harder, and making sure they got what Steve Barker called the best point that Stellies have ever had.
Yeah, and it's that ball possession that Stellies were willing to relinquish to Orlando Pirates and defend areas that were important to them, which is in front of them, in the pockets, and also behind them, and which they denied Pirates a bit of those spaces. So I think from a team that was a man down, they did well to contain the Pirates team.
Amanda, you heard Jose Rivero speaking about it. It's a point. Pirates continue to move. It is away from home. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel in looking at it that way, that it's a point against the team that's right behind you in 3rd position at their home ground?
Yeah, I mean, of course, but I still disagree. I'm thinking everything was almost to Orlando Pirates' advantage to a certain extent. They couldn't maximize on that, and I think that is quite disappointing. But of course, maximum points over a point, I think I still want to take that, because the advantage was with Orlando Pirates. I think just Stellies really did well to apply themselves the way they did to deny them to get those maximum points.
Now, when we went into the halftime break, it was explained by the panel here in studio that Mamelodi Sundowns, when it comes to second half performances, they're the best in the league. They score more goals than anyone else has been able to score in that second half of encounters so far this season. And they got off to the perfect start here, as the long ball over Peter Shalulile, he chases everything.
Yeah, of course. I think Peter's finally, gotten back the confidence, and you just see him holding the line first and foremost, really working on his offsides. And I think keeping the line is a good starting point. But of course, very fortunate that touch. I think the defenders could have really done well. Velimutwa here as well as Mtetwa, just really panicking moments and really gave Peter Shalulile the advantage.
6th goal of the season for Peter Shalulile, and then in the dying moments, they made absolutely sure. Look at the Brazilian here as he comes up with the sublime turn. Silas, boom!
I think this goal, Amanda best illustrates it. Please take us through that.
I'd just say poetry in motion. Yeah, was Amavala. Amavala space and of course I'm a defender No, those were just panic buttons.
Billy's can't stay on his feet. Silas finding the back of the net. It's a workmanlike performance from Mamelodi Sundowns because, to be fair, Amazulu came to play.
They did, and that's the only way I think you can actually, put up a fight against Mamelodi Sundowns. If you sit back, you allow them and you give them that time. But I think here you just have to make sure that you give them that. But just those elegant touches there, Salis, the elegant touch with the left foot and then turning with the right foot and then turning to shoot with the left. I think it was great workmanship.
What do you say about 11 wins at home in 11 home encounters?
Look, I think it's just the quality that they have, and I think they have one of the strongest benches in the league, where whoever they bring on from the bench has got an impact, and on top of that, then they have individual brilliance. So you can try and deal with their formation, but you still need to deal with the individual players like Ribeiro, Allende, you've got Salas, then you've got Mokoena also who's stepping into the picture with those shots from far. So it's I think for to plan for Sundowns, you also need to deal with moments where, you look at the touches inside the box, the first touch from Salas, he then brings it to his stronger foot. And instead of going for the juggler, he picks the spot, gets the important goal that gives them the cushion.
Uplaki.
My man,
Okay, there we go. I'm sure somebody will explain to the Brazilian with Uplaka. He just did it there. And then, looking at how it was that Magesi did the business at the Seshego Stadium, Delano Abrams, he's the quickest to react. He's the one with the final touch.
Yeah, striker's instincts can sniff already just the danger and just the opportunity. The defenders caught ball watching. And it creates a great touch of the goalkeeper.
That was all that it took for Chibazeze to come with the clean sheet and for Magesi and for Owen Dagama's side to move away from 15th position. When you're down in the basement like that, big 3 points.
Big 3 points indeed, and it gives you hope. At the same time, it then says that you guys are on the right path. I think it's just about getting a bit of consistency for Magesi. And hopefully their next encounters, they'll have the same application. And winning those games, you also get a chance to at least go to the playoff if you escape that part.
There were 4 goals in this game, 3 of them going TS Galaxy's way. And it starts out here with Mark Munyai putting in the perfect ball for Zaimovic.
Yep, TS Galaxy playing true to their identity, good ball rotation and outlet in the pace of Sibilibili once again. Getting involved, in that final third, putting the necessary pressure. I thought this was really a forced error that they capitalized on.
And then it continues. Keegan Dolly capitalizes. Nico Morbi is the man who could have cleared the ball, doesn't. SuperSport find one, and it's Nico Morbi who makes up for his mistake.
Oh, what a cracker. A beautiful goal indeed. And just the presence of mind. But then again, look at the time on the clock. Oh,
nobody home. And then Tata Sibanyoni with the easiest goal. You're going to see TS Galaxy or any player in the league score this season, and that is all it took. Tomorrow, Kaizer Chiefs take on Cape Town City. Opportunity right here on your World of Champions to see Cream. We'll find out if he starts. Tulani Serrero at Cape Town City.
Yeah, I was to Mangabanya, so we'll born it tomorrow.